ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tech Showdown. My name is Kevin, this is my co-host Teddy, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing, actually quite similar to one we just did recently. This is going to be the Asus GeForce GTX 1070, and this is their turbo model. So if you remember, we recently did the GTX 1060 turbo from Asus. So my reasoning for doing this is, if you remember back, the reason I got the 1060 turbo was because I couldn't get a Founders Edition 1060 to do any testing on, so I went with the turbo 1060, figuring that's probably the closest model I could possibly get to a reference one. And I saw a few people commenting, and they said they wanted to see the Turbo 1060 against the Turbo 1070 to see what difference there was between these two graphics cards, because they are actually quite popular, these Turbo graphics cards from Asus, because of their low price. So let's jump right in then. Open up the box here. There we go. So, if you are not aware of what GPU you are getting in a 1070, it is a 16nm FinFET GP104 Pascal GPU. There we go. Looking very nice. And that gives you 1920 CUDA cores. By reference, on a 1080, you're getting 2560 CUDA cores. So a little bit less on the 1070. Oh, opened up. Oh, just get this foam out of the way. So yeah, a few less CUDA cores on the 1070, but this has been standard for Nvidia for as far back as the 500 series, where the top tier card has more CUDA cores than the lesser tier card. Alright, let's get the graphics card out. See what accessories it's come with. Okay, it's exactly the same as what you get with the 1060. No upgrade there, you just get a World of Warships game card there. This is the driver CD, all that, you don't really need it. And of course a manual, which as well you don't really need. So you don't really need any of that stuff it comes with. I mean, the World of Warships thing's nice, I suppose, if you want to play that game. So here we have the card. Take it out of the bag. Oops. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, they got the 1060 had this too. Well, it makes sense, but there's so much plastic on these. Just like the entire cooler is covered in plastic. Anyway, so boost clock on this guy is the same as the reference or Founders Edition at 1683 megahertz. TDP is 150 watt. That's down from what you get on a 1080, which has a 180 watt TDP. So that's quite good. All right, let's take this plastic. Oh boy, you guys are gonna love this. God, there's just I've done so many GPU unboxings by now, but this one has the most amount of plastic I've ever seen. Alright. There we go. Come off. Wow, that is a lot of plastic. Ah, there we go. And off it comes. Nice. And memory-wise, we'll flip around the back. So you're getting no backplate on this, although they've taken a lot of the spikiness out of the backplate, which is quite good. The PCB, I should say. So yeah, that's always good to see. I guess they countersink it or something. That's really good, or just shave it off. So no, that's really good. So it's coming with 8 GB of GDDR5 memory on a 256-bit bus at 8000 megahertz. So the 1080, you get GDDR5X, and you get a higher speed, but this is the exact same type of memory speed, the whole shebang, as you get with the AMD RX 480, so that's something good. Now let's talk about the cooler then. So this cooler is a blower style design. If you don't know what that means, it means that cooler intakes from obviously this side and exhausts from the end, so it gets all the hot air out of the system. This is, really good for systems that have very bad sort of like airflow. Also, they're quite popular with mini ITX builds, which usually don't have the best airflow within the case. So that's what's good about that. Also, you know, if you're running two of these, it's also another thing that's good is, you know, they exhaust all their hot air out the back. It's not just being, you know, taken in by the other graphics card, especially the upper one. You know, the lower one exhausts all the hot air, and then the upper one, you know, sucks it all back in. So that's another good thing about these blower style designs. So it's featuring their dual ball bearing fan, which they say has 4 times the lifespan of maybe the Founders Edition, I suppose. I don't know. So that's quite, I suppose it's good at the end of the day. You know, it's going to last a long time. They have their Auto Extreme technology. So this is a bit of a newer thing for Asus, and this is their 100% automation production process. So they're saying there is, you know, you're less likely to have a DOA part, you know, which means dead on arrival part, because there's no human factor to screw anything up. That's what it means, basically. Super Alloy Power 2 components. So Asus has been doing this a very long time. So have most of the manufacturers, or the AIBs, add-in partners, add-in board partners. That they do their own components because they want to make the graphics card better for overclocking and also last longer. You know, have more reliability. That's in theory, by the way, but you know, it's a common thing they've all been doing, and Asus has been doing it a very, very long time as well. It's well, they say as well, it's coming with 2 times quieter chokes and 2.5 times the lifespan on the capacitor. So that's also good. It should also take some of the buzzing noise out in theory, also. What else does it talk about? Oh yes, up top we have the just single 8-pin power connector. The standard, most of the 1070s come with just a single 8-pin power connector. I/O. So if you don't know what I/O a 1070 comes with, this one has different than reference in that it's actually 2 HDMI ports. That's for people that want to be using VR headsets. That's good. These HDMI are HDMI 2.0B, so that's good. You can do like 4K 120 Hertz, I think, and crazy stuff like that. 2 DisplayPort. These are DisplayPort 1.4 and a DVI-D connector as well. So that's really good too. These are very, very good. That was, I think, what impressed a lot of people when Pascal first came out, was the I/O upgrades there and what it was featuring. That really impressed quite a few people, me included, so that's really good. So yeah, we will be doing a showdown with this Turbo 1070. Oh, this Asus logo lights up on the side as well, against the Turbo 1060. So this will be very, very interesting to see the performance difference between them, and then we'll do some price to performance and stuff like that and see which one actually comes out on top. Predictions wise, honestly, I would go with this 1070 at this stage, because I think the gap between them in performance from the 1060 to this 1070 will be worth it for the extra cost. But of course we'll get to that when we do some of the price to performance calculations. But that's my feeling right now, that I think the 1070 Turbo will be the better bang for your buck. However, I always like to know what you guys think, so put down in the comments section below, what do you think will come out on top of my showdown? The Turbo 1070 or the Turbo 1060? And explain to me your reasoning. I'd really, really like to know. I thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe to Tech Showdown if you haven't already, and like the video. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.